Hello everyone, welcome to another really short tutorial. I basically have been practicing for this pinup DVD series that I plan on starting. I've been pretty much held up by a lot of illustration jobs and my college classes starting, and I changed a lot of things around in my college classes, offering online videos to supplement the learning. So I've been pretty busy. However, I have decided to use the entire month of October to shoot 2 new DVDs. I'll be filming every Monday, and the first DVD will be of this girl that you see in front of you now on the screen. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a quick practice drawing to see, number one, if I like the pose, and I think it's always helpful to go through and draw it just one time before you draw it once on the camera anyway. So that's what I've been up to. I have not forgotten about the pinup title. I know that about like a month and a half ago I uploaded a video onto YouTube and I asked for suggestions, and I'm seriously torn between 2 titles, and I've got to make a decision soon. I've got to make a decision sometime in October, so I will get that out eventually, but I'm really trying to plan out this DVD and plan out the whole rest of the year. And I think it's going to be good. Basically what I'm doing is I'm having one DVD on how to draw this girl, and then I'm going to take it from start to finish, and I'm actually going to paint her too. And I'm also going to put out another DVD on painting this girl. So, you know, one will be how to draw such and such, haven't figured out the title, and the other one will be how to paint. And hopefully the whole filming process will be done in the month of October, and then I will edit and upload and, you know, make all the DVDs and put them on my store site and stuff like that. So it's gonna take a long time. I want to do it right, and I don't want to rush it, and with teaching and everything I've been busy. So let's get to the quick little tip here. Basically I'm drawing these like little cookies over here, and I'm drawing them next to this character, and so I photograph the character first and then I photograph the cookies. And when you do that, you've got to get the right light source on both of them. So when I look at this girl's leg, I look at the top plane and it's catching light, and I look at the side plane and it's catching shadow. So that gives me a clue immediately as to where the light and shade is coming from. And then I also look at the cast shadow, and the direction of the cast shadow will always lead to a clue. There's actually 2 light sources hidden in her, and one, the darkest shadow is going to be the strongest light source, and the secondary shadow is going to be the secondary, the lighter cast shadow is going to be the secondary light source. I'm sorry. So basically I'm not going to get too crazy with it. I match that shadow. I'm trying to match that shadow on the cookies. So I'm thinking about where the light's coming from when I do this, so it looks like it's in the same picture. And then what you also want to think about when you're drawing these like secondary objects in your piece, the plane. So, you know, I've got a front plane over here on that cookie. It's really skinny, but it's a plane nonetheless. And then I've got this top plane, and it's catching mainly light. It's a little bit kind of starting to gradate into a shadow. This one is totally catching light, and there's a subtle gradation because the cookie is actually turning. It's not purely flat. And then the same way the knee is and the same way this is, there's a little front plane skinniness, and I'm going to try to shade that. And then I've got like my cast shadow. Now I got to be careful with this cast shadow since it's off in the corner of this image. I really do not want to go black with it because I don't want your eye to go here first. I really want it to go to the girl. So if you even look at her shoulder over here, top plane catching light, and then her shoulder is like an oval, and we start to turn under, and this becomes our underplane. Just like the cookie starts to turn under as well. So I've got like a little side plane shadow, little side plane shadow. So my point is on this little tutorial is, if you're using photo reference for your imagery, whether it's a digital illustration or whatever, something for a comic book, and I encourage that. I mean, you don't necessarily have to copy the photograph totally, but you want to, you know, have something to look at just to enhance, you know, some of the details. Definitely light it the same way, and that's like really old school. I learned that a very long time ago, and if you can photograph it on the same day, that would be great. In an ideal situation, you want to photograph it together, but you know that doesn't necessarily always work out, and you want to really kind of zoom in on the individual things. But you know, a secondary thing that I will say here is that you got to be careful about size relationships. So that's another reason why I'm doing this little test. Are the cookies too big? Are the cookies too small? Do they match her? Is this glass of milk going to match her when I'm done with it? And the same thing with the milk. I'm going to try to match the light and shade on the legs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I've been up to, and I'm going to start to film this series of DVDs starting this Monday in October, and I'm going to try to move it along. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. I hope it will, and hopefully these DVDs will be ready to be purchased sometime the third week in November, which seems a very long time away, but I can't tell you how much work that is with the editing and getting it up to the website and doing all that stuff. In the meantime, if you're looking for something new from me, you could maybe check out how to draw the hand and foot part 2, which not a lot of people really look at that, but that DVD really shows you how to render. How to draw the hand and foot part 1 is just, you know, my layered approach, but the second DVD on that subject matter is all about me just like sitting down and rendering those hands and feet. So it's kind of cool, and it's a sleeper video. So if you're looking for something new, definitely look at that. And also in October, I'm gonna attempt to put on my store site online critiquing. So if you want to have 4 critiques a month, you can send me a drawing each week and I will critique it and I'll send it back to you. So it's kind of like a very loose form of teaching online, and I'm just working out the final details on that. So really busy over here. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm almost up to 300 subscribers, and I thank you all for that. So I'm going to say take care.